Alright, so it's up and early in the morning so far, and throughout the night I'm trying to warm up these apples. I think what I'm going to start the day with, I got some ideas on where I want to go with today. It might be an apple day. I saw some apple trees for sale, so that's what I wanted to do today, so I can pick some up. But here's the apples, and the nuisance. But I had this fan kicking on just to kind of give it a little bit warmer. Just so it's, oi, get out of there. And she helps pull back the curtains there because, yeah, these are all basically thawed out now. So they're ready for pressing. I think I'll do that this morning. And then I can at least kind of knock that off the list. I'm kind of wondering how I should go about doing that. I got a few carboys. I might do it in the smaller ones. I got the 3 gallons. I guess more like the one. I don't know. I got a few of these. So I got those. I got this even smaller. I have the 5 gallons. I do, and there's I think a 4 gallon down there too. I think. I'll go see what I have. I'll probably see first how much juice I get, and then kind of go from there. So I'll go get the press set up and go from there. Alright, so I am just back from the trip to the nursery, or the greenhouse, nursery, doesn't matter. And I went with my father, picked up some apple trees because they were on sale now. So, and these were the big ones too, the 7+ foot. So I got 2 here, and this thing is way over 7. This thing's like 11-12 foot or so. You know, it's dumb tall. And this one's just a little shorter, but so it's a Gemini and a red sparkle, as they call it. So I'll have a spot for those 2. I'll have to see where I can put them, kind of lay out the landscape. But I wanted more apple trees in there, and these should actually hopefully bear fruit a little sooner than everything else around here, because I remember last time I bought trees, well, that's one of them, and I'm not sure if that's actually going to come back or not. And then there's that one too, and then there's one over there, but that's a bare root tree. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how the production goes. But I got the 2 crab apples back there as well, and I'm not sure if this area is good for more apple trees. I mean, I could put something here. That's not a bad spot. I just don't want to be overshadowing stuff. And I'm just looking at the bees there. They look to be pretty active. That's nice to see. And looks like I got two good hives here. The other one's a little quiet. That's a shame. I lost 2 of them already. So I'm not sure what happened to them, but I have my theories, and I think it's all on how I handled the swarms, which is something I'm still learning, I would say. You know, that's just kind of what happens when you have to do all these things yourself, and just kind of learn as you go. But so far it looks like the apple trees are still here. They're not, you know, they look pretty decent. I gotta bring that cardboard back because it keeps flying away, and hoy, comfrey perked up. But what I think I'll do is I'll get some manure, put that down on top of the cardboard, mulch it in good with some. My father's got some rotten silage or hay bales actually, and they're the end caps to the silage, so that you can't use them, you know, for feed. Well, you shouldn't, but they're good for mulch, so I plan to pick some of those, or to get one of those, and then use that as the mulch. But for now, I think I'll just well, I should get those trees in the ground sooner than later. There's still the juicing, which is a little bit on the iffy side because the apples are not, how you say, I went through them and the top is thawed out, but there's actually still ice in the very bottom of those buckets, so let's see where that goes. I do have a bit, how do you call it, started? She's just running around. Doing a good job. Let's say that. She's doing a good job around here. But I do have a lot of the, I think I have I think I got a gallon of juice so far. And got a little all over the place this morning, but I also have the figured out I got a palm sander, and then so I started sanding the outside of this. So I'm gonna just kind of keep at that. I think that's how I'll get the final shape to it, and then by hand, just the final touches. So it is coming along. It is coming along. So then I'll coat it with a little bit of, I guess, probably linseed oil, and call it a day. It's been a wet morning. Yesterday was a wet day, and well, it just means that I'm not picking the beans, so hopefully tomorrow is a little bit sunnier, and then see where that goes. This was started yesterday. Tomato seeds. So these are drying. You know, ground cherries and all that. So those are just those. Actually, I should go through them. Kind of take them apart and just give them that space again. And this was the juice that was collected this morning. Beautiful color to it. So I already got the airlock on there, and I was thinking maybe I should transfer a little bit of the liquid in here to here just to kind of start the fermentation, because it is, well, clearly these are almost done. And so but yeah, that's going to be vinegar, and that's probably shouldn't store those two together now I think of it. But so long as it's airtight, it should be good. But yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a bit, kind of reorient my thinking, eat something, kind of go from there. Just because it's a little bit on the, how do you say? You know, I got my irons in so many fires right now. And I'm trying to figure out what needs to be done right now, because, you know, I started the juice, but now with the apples not being fully thawed out, it's a little bit on the iffy side on whether I should progress with that, and then dealing with the pulp. Should I make the applesauce right away? I could feed it to the chickens. There's a lot of things I could do. But I'm going to leave it there for now, and see where I pick up later. Okay, so I went around and I mowed a bit more of I guess the orchard. I extended the space a little bit. It used to be from here roughly, and I pushed into there. And there's an old fence line there that still needs to be taken out. But yeah, kind of go up to this border now, because I'm thinking about taking that. One of the apple trees can go kind of here. And I think I had a little spot kicked out somewheres on the ground here, but yeah, it's roughly here. And I'm even thinking something down there, which I don't really want to do. I'm thinking it's not a bad spot, it's just an ugly, I need to fill in this. There's a pretty good rut here, so the whole tire track down there, that needs to be filled in. But otherwise, I don't know, a tree could go in there. But yeah, I think I'll put one there, and I'm thinking the other one can go with the other ones, those crab apples in the back. I could put one back there. It's still within range of getting pollinated from everything around here, so it's not a big issue. And plus, that's where I'm going to expand anyways. And then, I mean, I can kind of push down here too, but there needs to be a lot of work on this bush. But I'll kind of see where things go and start planting. Alright, so as you might see behind me, it's the first tree planted. So I got the second one still going, so this is done. Now, so how I go about this, I did a little bit differently than I normally do. And so I dug the hole in the ground, and the supervisor's here. Yeah. So I dug the hole in the ground, took everything out. I put the charcoal on the bottom again, and then basically put all the dirt back in. Put 12 liters of water basically in there, and then made a good, basically a good slurry. Put this tree in there, just kind of fit it into let everything form around it. Tossed the sod back in there, kind of shaped it up, and then tossed whatever dirt I had left on top. So I get about, there's about 6 inches of soil there, and then you get this real, almost like a hard pan. At least here it was, and then we'll see how the other place is. And then, I took a I got 2 buckets. With a 5-gallon bucket, it's just manure, pretty well aged manure. That went on the ground around it, and I got 2 layers of cardboard. Put around the tree, and everything that was mowed here. This area is all so overgrown, and everything dies back, and it just keeps going on the ground, and nothing is. It's all. You have a lot of this mulch, so I just took the rake in here. I really kind of lifted everything back up, but all the stuff that was dead, that's all tossed on top there. So that should keep the grass back. That's my mulch ring. So we'll see how that goes, and see how this tree does. I can see that it needs a bit of pruning, and it needs some training. The thing is so dumb tall already as it is. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. And I don't like how the lead is on there, but that's kind of what you get. So I know these ones, probably should start training them down a little bit. And that one, probably snip this out, train this down. I have to go look more into, because this might have to go. It's getting a little big, unless I can bring it down, but it's getting a little too tall. This whole thing I find a little bit tall, but you can see that's where it started. That was this year's growth right there. So, trying to keep these things a little bit in check, and well, see how that thing gets pruned a bit back, but it's all part of the process. So I'll go ahead and start with that one. That one's going to be a little bit trickier-ish, just because this isn't a rut here. So I was thinking I either go in the rut or here. I might as well dig over there, because we'll see how it is. If there's soil down there, that's good. If not, then maybe go beside it. But I do have to fill this thing in, because the mower doesn't like it. So I'll get this one under wraps. Alrighty, so as you probably saw, I got the second tree and I'm quite happy with it. I just, yeah, the only other thing is the rut really needs to be filled in, but there might be another these. It's just a quick wheelbarrow load and then and then just to fill in the rest of whatever is here. And I actually don't know how far this goes, but it goes down there. But yeah, this is the that tree in now. So this is my new method of planting. I come up with one every year, it seems, but it's always evolving. I know when I first planted those the two trees over there, I did that with the Ellen White method, I believe it was. I don't recommend it. I don't see any improvements on it. I don't see any benefits of doing that, and it's so labor intensive. You're digging almost a 3-foot cube hole, and you're just putting layers in there, and it's a lot of digging for it doesn't seem to pay off. So yeah, so far this seems to work really nice. I like how it's going. So and I'm curious to know how this is going to winter, especially the mulching. That's my biggest improvement to my planting method. Oh, what did she hear? I heard it too. There's a rustling. Was it, girl? I can just hear the bees going about. I gotta clean up what's here, bring that back, and yeah, I'm just curious to see how these will do, especially with the incorporation now of biochar. So, I put all this in the holes. This is nice stuff. Like I said, all the berry bushes, they've all been planted with that in mind, or under it. All of these, and yeah, I think it should work. Just looking, here's one of the hives. These guys these gals are quite busy getting that last nectar in, and even some pollen. So that's quite interesting at this time of season. But I guess it should indicate that if they bring in pollen, that means there's young ones in there. So I guess the queen's probably making the winter bees. So, and apparently this went through the wash, so it still works. So yeah, I'm gonna just tidy things up, and then at that point clean this up, clean myself up, and then that's probably it for the day. See where it goes, but I got plans this evening. But no, it's getting to be a pretty decent orchard, it seems. I'm actually quite impressed with how this turned out, to be honest. I'm curious to see where this goes. Hopefully it bears fruit at some point, but I don't know if I can we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and Lord willing, that one comes back next year. I don't know if you can see all the leaves are off, but yeah, that was done. I'm just hoping that I'm hoping it lost its leaves, put all its energy back into healing itself, and it can come back next year. If not, then well, we'll just see where it goes. I'll replant there if need be, and kind of see how things go. But yeah, I'll get things cleaned up. Okay, so things are cleaned up, squared away. I'm realizing, what would be nice around here isn't a weed whipper. Just to kind of go around and clean up the grass once in a while. It's nice to have it cleaned, mowed back. I'll give it that. I just don't like taking the lawn tractor down here and really disturbing all the bees, and well, the way I've planted things now, I actually can't get around a lot of things anymore anyway, so They need something a little smaller. But either way, everything's are cleaned up. Trees are in. I just put the wraps on there, that one too, and I'll put one back on there. I'll have to go around, see if I still have some of that bone sauce. I will schmurz that at least up the trunk, and then that should deter the rabbits as well, which seems to actually be working, that stuff. At least the stuff I make. So again, I get that idea still comes from Perma Pastures Farm. That guy Billy makes it. I figured I'd try that myself, and I tried it this year, and there was a man at work. He had problems with rabbits getting in his little raised bed. You know, I said, here, try this. Go smurf that on your raised bed. And as he says, the rabbits, they're gone. They don't bother him no more. Okay. And I haven't had troubles here either. Rabbits have not been at these trees. The deer have not been at these trees. Even the walnuts in the back, I should check them. I saw deer this afternoon. And it was actually an odd sight because it was they were rummaging through my corn. They jumped the fence there, which we kind of expect. But it was a young buck and two fawns. It was a little bit of an odd combo. You usually don't see those. Don't see the males running around with the young ones. But there's clearly a small rack on that deer, so it must have been it was a young buck. But yeah, I was rooting through my sorghum, being a nuisance, you know. But either way, yeah, I'm just gonna check the walnuts, and then I'm gonna probably head out. So that will conclude today. So if you watched this far, thanks for watching, and take care.